Peptic ulcer disease is a term that we use if there's a formation of ulcer or there's an ulceration in the gastric wall of the stomach. So this would lead to symptoms such as nausea and vomiting. Oftentimes there would be some form of bleeding because there's some ulcer, and also pain associated and not associated with food intake. So what you can do is that you can try licorice. Licorice has been proven to regenerate the gastric wall lining. Also aloe vera, cabbage juice, honey, they can help, and pixie dust magnesium. Bye! I will be discussing about a very common problem among people. It's acid reflux, or what we call GERD. It's gastroesophageal reflux disease. So have you ever felt sometimes when you were lying down or just basically sitting, you can feel the acid going into your chest, and you feel this warm sensation in your chest that resembles like a heart attack. So you can be suffering from gastroesophageal reflux disease. So this gastroesophageal reflux disease, basically the anatomy of the esophagus, that's the tube where your food goes when you swallow, and then it empties into your stomach. So there's a sphincter there that closes and opens. So when we're gonna swallow, of course, it has to go to the stomach. It has to be open, that sphincter, and then it closes when your stomach is grinding all of the food. But sometimes that sphincter, it becomes incompetent. So what do you mean by incompetent? It means it doesn't close properly. Therefore, some of the acid can go into your esophagus, and you feel that warm sensation in your esophagus, in your chest. Sometimes it goes into your throat. So the more common reason why you would develop that, first is that the food, sometimes the food that we are eating, caffeine, like if you're into coffee, so it can you can have problems with GERD. Another is obesity, so if you're fat. And sometimes another problem also is if you're taking some medications like antihistamine, so it can cause a problem and increase your incidence of developing GERD. Okay, so what can you do for this type of problem? Of course, my very favorite pixie dust. It's very good for you. You drink that 1 teaspoon 3 times a day or once a day. It depends on you. If you feel a lot better, you can decrease it, or if you're not feeling better, you can increase it. Another that can help you is ginger tea. So ginger tea and sometimes baking soda to neutralize the acidity if you feel it. If it's how to use baking soda, it's around 1/2 teaspoon in 1/2 cup of water. So if you feel that it's that you're having an attack, you can drink that, and it will neutralize the acid in your body. So I hope that this video is able to help you. Bye-bye. How ba ang maasim? Okay, they're asking if the sour is bad for people who have problems in the stomach. Okay, now not really. It depends on someone. Like vitamin C, diba? They kept asking, like, especially ascorbic acid is bad for people who have duodenal ulcer or gastric ulcer. Apparently,
that's not what the science says.
You.
That's not what the science says.
Yeah.
That's been studied scientifically, and the studies have shown and demonstrated that it's good for that.
It's good for you. Okay, how many percent? If I'm not mistaken, 30%. Okay, of people who are taking vitamin C is actually improved. Okay, using your vitamin C. If you have a problems with your ulcers, duodenal ulcer, yeah.
In fact, a quick question, Mom. When it comes to the body, if our body, we are missing the gene expression that allows us to produce vitamin C in the body. But if we were to produce vitamin C in our body like most every other animal on the planet does, what is the type of vitamin C that our body produces?
Ascorbic.
Ascorbic acid.
You know, we are the only, not only, we are the few people
one of very few creatures on the planet that does not produce vitamin C internally. And the creatures that do produce it, they produce in their body ascorbic acid. So when folks are trying to recommend, you know, sodium ascorbate or all these different types of vitamin C's, you have to understand that the one that is produced in nature is ascorbic acid.
Yeah. So again, tayo lang po, I mean us, fish,
a fruit bat, very few
people who have lost that capacity to make vitamin C.
For example, your dog makes vitamin C, your cat makes vitamin C, your goat makes their own vitamin C in their body, cattle make their own vitamin C in the body. But we basically lost that gene that does that, which is why we have to intake it. You have to take it in.
That's very important, the vitamin C. If there's one thing that, you know, when we part ways today, if there's one thing that you have to look and you have to internalize, it's vitamin C. It's actually one of the, diba, there's even one, if you're in the group, the cancer patient support group, he was just taking vitamin C. It's Shanda Gohoy. Right? Hello, Shanda Gohoy. Like, he took a screenshot of his nephew who was taking the vitamin C. Diba nakita nyo, ang laki-laki? Yeah, no, it was a mass on the underneath the on the neck. And then he's just taking vitamin C, diba? Hi, Sir Rick Cantrell. Yeah, he's just taking vitamin C, and the lymphadenopathy is shrunk. So that's how important vitamin C is. So again, if we're gonna separate today, if there's one thing that you have to take in, it's vitamin C. It's very important for all of us. Actually, when we are stressed, our vitamin C we have to take in a lot of vitamin C. Like, if we are stressed.
I'll explain that. Like, for example, a 70-kilogram adult goat, they'll produce about 3.5 grams of vitamin C internally every day. If they are stressed out, and again, this is all in scientific studies, which we'll be putting on drfarrah.com, I believe, this next week. So when that adult goat is stressed out, it'll produce up to about 13 grams of vitamin C per day. So if it will normally produce 3.5 grams, it makes one wonder, why is our recommended daily allowance in the milligrams? If a goat will produce 3.5 grams per day, why, as humans, is our recommended allowance in milligrams?
Yes.
Food for thought.
And our vitamin C, the Dr. Farrah vitamin C, has no fillers. Okay? Walang filler yan. So I think the best thing for everyone else is to take a pure dose of vitamin C. Yeah. Rick Cantrell said Dr. Pauling got the Nobel Prize for proving mega doses of vitamin C cures cancer. Yan sabi ni Sir Rick Cantrell. Dr. Rick Cantrell. Hello, Dr. Rick. I missed you already. Yan.